Back at Gainbridge Fieldhouse on Saturday afternoon, the Indiana Fever won just their second game of the season, their first here at the Fieldhouse, the final 71-70 over the Chicago Sky. Now, all five Indiana Fever starters finished in double figures in a game that was headlined by the young talent, Angel Reese, Kamilla, Cardoso, as Cardoso made her WNBA debut here today, and of course, Caitlin Clark on the Indiana Fever side. That, the matinee, the weekend game, it all led to the 8th sellout in 10 games for the Fever this season, including another one right here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And after today, the attendance through 5 games has already surpassed last year's total, which is a fascinating number considering what the Fever have been through over the last decade. Now, it was close throughout, no team leading by more than 10 in this one, though the Fever did have somewhat command of this game. They led after each and every quarter and held on for the win, and late with 79 seconds to go, we saw Aaliyah Boston go up for an and-one opportunity to help secure the win. Now, on top of that, Kelsey Mitchell finished with 18 points, and Alyssa Smith back in the starting lineup for the second straight game. She added 17 and 9.
Yeah, I'm just so happy for the players. I mean, like I said earlier, like these guys just keep showing up and going to work. And it went our way tonight. But they were the reason. They stepped up on the defensive end of the floor, all of them. We've been giving up so many threes every game. I think we had 2 tonight. So just, their attention to detail and focus on this end tonight was why we got this win.
It was good. It was great, and I think it came at a really great time. Our fans were awesome. They were energized. We really didn't shoot the ball well at all collectively as a team, and sometimes that's hard for the fans. Like that's what they come to see, like probably the offense. But I think they really appreciated our great defense tonight, and it was still a really great game. But once our offense kind of gets clicking a little bit more, and I still felt like we took really good shots. They just didn't go down, and that's just basketball. We could come out tomorrow and it could be a completely different story, and we make a bunch of shots. That's just how it goes. And but I'm proud of our group. I thought earlier in the season to this point, if we would have shot like this, we wouldn't have won the game because we didn't have that resiliency, and we would let it affect the defensive end for us. So just proud of us. We were really gritty on defense. Even when they were making runs, we always found a way to respond.
The one big thing going into today's game was defense. It's something they've been stressing for the entire start of this season, but in particular over the last few days, they had a very light practice yesterday right here on the main floor as they broke out the new balls, as it's all part of the Commissioner's Cup as well that began today. But after the game, you heard Kelsey Mitchell say she's tired of hearing about defense, talking about it, and then Christy Sides, well, she's going to keep talking about it. She laughed about that comment and saying they're going to continue to be stressing about it, and that's how they're going to be able to get some wins this season.
I mean, I feel like we were just tired of talking about it. It was something that we were just like, let's stop talking about it. Let's just go out there and do it. Like, we deserve this. We came together. We helped each other out a lot. And I just felt like we played like team defense today.
We got tired of talking about it, and I'm so happy you said that because I'm going to take this compliment and let Chrissy know that you thought our defense was good too.
Right.
Well, we're going to continue to talk about it because it worked, right? I'll stop talking about it when they get a little bit more consistent like that. That's funny. Yeah, we're going to talk about it even more now.
Now, to end the game, Erica Wheeler did a fantastic job of not getting fouled, running all across the court, then throwing it ahead to Caitlin Clark, who threw it up in the air. It's a move you don't see very often, and Caitlin doesn't know why. She thinks it's a smart move.
It's a really genius basketball play. I don't get why more people don't do that. There's like 30 seconds on the clock. Why wouldn't you just launch it into the air? They can't foul you. The clock's still running. They can't get the ball. Like, I don't get why more people don't do that. It's smart.
Teach them a little song.
I almost hit the scoreboard or the jumbotron, so I don't know if the facilities people have been too happy, but felt good.
Now, there were a couple of incidents in this game. Chennedy Carter blatantly shoving Caitlin Clark, a move that we saw Angel Reese applaud from the bench. Then later on, Angel Reese shoving Caitlin as well. And Caitlin continuing to handle it all in good spirits, all saying the right things, even though you can tell it's frustrating her, it's frustrating her coach, and it's frustrating the GM, Lynn Dunn. Now, I believe the NBA and the officials have to do a better job of really cleaning up this game, especially protecting the franchise right now, because we've seen it game after game in what Caitlin has to deal with and moves that aren't even blatant fouls. going towards the basket. And so the other thing I'd like to see too here is a teammate step up. We see James Johnson brought on for the Pacers as the enforcer. Maybe the Fever needs someone to step up and handle that, much like a lineman protecting their quarterback, saying, not on my watch.
And then Kennedy, just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that moment between you and Caitlin. What was that play, what was said, and kind of what led to?
Next question.
Yeah, play before Caitlin. It seemed like she turned to you a little bit.
Yeah.
After the
I ain't answering no Caitlin Clark questions.
Did she say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything.
That's enough. We're good.
She's good for both players.
Now, after the game, Fever GM Lynn Dunn tweeting, there's a difference between tough defense and unnecessary targeting actions. It needs to stop. The league needs to clean up the crap. That's not who this league is. And here's what more Caitlin Clark and Christy Sides had to say after the game.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, but I think it's just like, just respond, come down, let your play do the talking. It is what it is. It's a physical game. Go make the free throw and then execute on offense. And I feel like that's kind of what we did, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. I don't know.
How have you tried to compartmentalize the way in which the hard fouls are being tolerated with you right now? The targeted fouls.
It is what it is, you know. I feel like I'm just at the point where you accept it and don't retaliate. Like, you know, just let them hit you, be what it is. Don't want to get inside your head and know it's coming. I think at this point, like, I know I'm going to take a couple hard shots a game, and that's what it is. It doesn't. I'm trying not to let it bother me, and you know, just stay in the game and stay in what's important, because usually it's the second person that gets caught if you retaliate or something. So just trying to stay in the game and focus on my team and focus on what's important.
We're just going to keep sending these possessions to the league and these plays, and hopefully they'll start, you know, taking a better look at some of the things that we see happening or we think is happening. Just more happy that Caitlin handled it the way she did. She, you know, it's tough, you know, to keep getting hammered the way she does and to not get rewarded with free throws or, you know, just a foul call. Like, she's continuing to fight through that, and that's what, you know, appreciate that from her. Really proud of her for doing that.
The Fever are now 2-8 on the season, but they don't have much time to enjoy this one at all. They're already en route to New York, where they'll visit for the second time already and face the Liberty for the third time this season in what will be a competitive matchup, you hope, after what the Liberty did to the Fever the last time around. And then the Fever are very much looking forward to next week. They'll get a little bit of time to relax, to breathe, to get some practice time in that has been much needed. With 4 days between games, they'll get a couple rest days, a couple practice days before resuming action after Sunday's game in New York, after finishing this grueling stretch of 11 games in 20 days. Reporting from Gainbridge Fieldhouse, I'm Scott Agness of FieldhouseFiles.com.